Fourth Act.
No
I'm
wig
Alex,
this time.
And that's Phil. No wigs. We're talking to you this time. 2020, Phil, you know it's just been one faceplant after the other. So we're going to go back and talk about 2019. Seems
a
like
better
good
year
time
as a
to do
whole.
Here we go! Tearing through central Brazil and the Amazon rainforest region, destroying thousands of miles of forest.
Ray Skywalker.
It's seen better. Endgame came out. Yeah, it happened. It finally happened. Toy Story 4.
We know this.
All the big franchise movies. But what you don't know are the underrated films. And we found them. We watched them with pride. Because you're an educator.
Talk about Booksmart. Everyone's been talking about how Booksmart's underrated.
Nah,
so that's
screw
not
that.
part of this
We don't
list.
read.
Get out of here, Booksmart. Now I'm gonna start off with a movie that I've been dying to talk about on this channel. It's a movie that debuted at the Toronto Film Festival in 2018, but Neon bought it, and it has had its wide release in 2019, so I'm doing it. I haven't heard anybody talking about Wild Rose. She's not your usual country star. She has just been released from prison. She's actually real raunchy. And the other interesting thing is she's actually from Scotland. She's Scottish. She's living in Scotland, and so that's not usually where you get a country star from. So she's having a hard time breaking through that barrier and getting her break, right? But man, does she just sell the music. The actress, Jessie Buckley, she is a musician. She does the music herself. If you like country music, this is the movie for you. A rising
Do you like country
star.
music?
I don't actually like country music. I don't not like country music,
Okay.
but I'm not a country guy. I went into this not even knowing what it was about. I didn't know what to expect. But her character is so compelling.
I'll soon be gone. You were flying too high for my little sky. Jesus, you gave me a shock. Where's your mom?
Back in the car. Back to the car.
I went into it, I didn't care, and by the end it hit me right in the heart. And this is probably my favorite movie of 2019.
You just want to hop on the country road and have it take you home?
Yeah. Man.
You can, because you're from Australia. There's no roads that go to Australia.
Right.
My first film was Fighting with My Family. It's something we all do, right? You may have seen the trailer because Dwayne Johnson's in it, and that's how they marketed it. It's a Dwayne Johnson movie, even though it's not. He's barely in it. He's just a cameo in it, and he produced it. I'm not a big wrestling fan, but it talks about a journey of a young woman becoming a wrestler. Her name is Paige. She's played by Florence Pugh. Pug with the silent H. That's how I'm saying it.
She had a big year.
She had a big year last year, but I want to focus on this one because I think this was the outliner. So she comes from this family of wrestlers, and her brother and her are trying out to become part of the WWE. And she makes it and her brother doesn't. And then it follows her journey as kind of the push and pull of like leaving her family behind for better things. Kind of back to what you were saying about Wild Rose.
This is actually very similar to mine.
Oh my God! Did you choose the career or do you choose family? Well, obviously the career. The family can just trickle down later, all right? That's the important thing. It's written and directed by Stephen Merchant. It's a little weird because it's not someone that I would think would write or direct this. Yeah. Just based on his comedic roles and based on, how you see him in front of the camera. And then it stars Vince Vaughn, who's doing another one of his serious roles. I don't really find Vince Vaughn in the serious roles that much. I want to watch Drag Across Concrete. That's one that I think he excels in. But this was fun because he just plays like this kind of just done with it, pessimistic person.
If I call your name, please step forward. That means you'll be coming with me to Florida, where you will join NXT Developmental. If I do not call your name, then this is the end of the line for you. Paige. Thank you all very much.
I feel where you're coming from with the Vince Vaughn bit, because I recently watched True Detective Season 2. I don't know if you've even seen that, but he plays a serious character, and it does not work.
Sometimes your worst self is your best self. You know what I'm saying?
That whole show in season 2 doesn't work, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
I can vouch for this movie. I've also seen it.
I forced Alex to watch it. He was really against it,
2019.
and now he loves it.
Really good movie. You can check it out on Hulu, I think. Once every couple decades or so,
good God,
a movie comes along that redefines what entertainment really means.
Jaws, Jurassic Park.
I'm talking about The Room. I'm talking about before
Troll
that
2.
we had Troll 2. It seems to happen every 20 years or so.
Oh boy.
And so we're due for that now, right?
I guess so.
I bring you the Fanatic. Look at John Travolta. Look at him.
Hey, stop. His wife just died.
What's he doing? He looks like an elephant had a baby with a potato. Now, I'm going to do, a lot of people on YouTube have done this, but I'm just going to play the first line that John Travolta has.
Okay.
Hey, Aaron.
Chocolate mousse.
I can't talk too long. I gotta poo.
Speaks for itself. This movie is bad from beginning to end, and I love it.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen the first line.
His name is Moose, and he is obsessed with Hollywood people. But he takes a special interest in this one actor that he's obsessed with, and it just kind of escalates into this stupid situation.
You're out of line. Let me go. What do you want?
Why are you so angry all the time? I should be the one angry at you.
Why do you care so much about me?
Cause I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I've seen all your movies, and I love your movies, and I think you're the best.
And tie these ropes, you son of a bitch. And tie him!
Stop being so mean to me! Stop it!
At one point, he kills someone in someone's front lawn, and then as the movie continues, people go in and out of the house, and it's never brought up until, like, the end. That's when they find the body. It's so poorly thought out. And I love it for that. And I also want to say that the writer and director for this is none other than Fred Durst.
Yes, Fred Durst.
The lead singer of Limp Bizkit, who plugs himself in this movie, by the way.
You okay with some music? You like a little Limp Bizkit?
Sure.
You like a little biscuit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh my God, that is nice. That is nice.
I almost had an opportunity to work with Fred Durst last month on a film.
What?
Not on the Fanatic sequel, but
I'd watch a Fanatic sequel.
You rock my head and you rattle my head. You rock it like I go to bed.
Films that are so bad they're good. Only once in a while do you get one that's actually worth talking about on the best movies of 2019 list.
I'll probably watch it eventually.
The Fanatic.
You're a fan.
It's.
This is not a good script. He should not do it.
My second film is Hotel Mumbai. It too premiered in TIFF in 2018. Stars Dave Patel and Armie Hammer. It's about the 2008 Mumbai terrorist attacks that plagued the nation.
Yeah, I know about those.
It's interesting because I don't think it got covered in Western media that much when it happened. I think America tends to cover America and ignore everyone else.
What? No.
But I was like 15, 16 when it happened, and I faintly remember it, but I don't remember us spending that much time on the actual event. And it was a big event. I mean, this hotel got played by this terrorist group that just completely destroyed people's lives. And the film itself does a nice balance of telling what happened, but then also doing a cinematic spin on it and having it kind of feel refreshing and new because enough time has passed. We're like about 12 years since it happened. And I just want to talk about Anthony Maras, the director, Australian.
Oh.
But he does a really good job of directing these really intense sequences where the terrorist group is rummaging through the hotel, navigating the hallways, and people are hiding, fearing for their lives. And just, I've never felt so intense sitting down watching something in my entire life. So just brace yourself for that if you watch it, but you'll definitely walk away with a different perspective on the event and just tragedy like that in the future.
Coming. David?
Sally, thank God, where are you?
Sorry, it keeps breaking up. I can't quite hear you.
It's at the door.
Sorry, what? Oh my god.
I haven't heard a single person tell me to watch Hotel Mumbai except for you for the last 8 months or so. So I have been meaning to watch it, and I will. You've sold me on it.
Good.
I'm gonna put a picture on the screen. This is my adorable 3.5-year-old niece who went to her first theater-going experience last year. It was a family occasion. I went with her. She sat with me the whole time, and we were watching Abominable,
Wow.
which was a great movie, and I feel like it is overshadowed by Toy Story 4 or shamefully by Frozen 2. This movie is great, and feel like anybody really remembered or talked about it. This is a story about a young girl who lost her father not long ago. She's very talented with the violin, but she doesn't feel like playing for people anymore. Only in the rooftop when she's by herself. But there she finds, surprise, an abominable snowman type
on the rooftop.
Monster on the rooftop.
What?
It is far away from home, and it's being hunted. And they can't talk to each other. But the monster has this ability to make music, and so they communicate with that universal language. Of course, they go on an adventure, and they have to return home. It's just a really beautiful story about two lost souls who are finding their place. I think it's a really powerful movie, and I'm just surprised that it didn't get more attention. I really think it should have been nominated for Best Animated Feature.
It seemed like just a regular children's movie.
It seemed like
I'll take that to
but
heart.
as he's finding his home, she is also finding her home.
Wow, and you watched this when you were home.
Yeah.
What did you think of that movie? Is there anything you liked about it?
The Yeti.
The next film on my docket is Changeland. It's Seth Green's directorial debut, and he wrote it as well and starred in it. It's a bit of a weird one because I don't love it or hate it, but I'm telling you should watch it because you need to make that opinion for yourself. It stars Seth Green, and in the film, his character's having relationship troubles with this lady. And he has a resort booked for the two of them, and he basically abandons her. And he brings his friend, Breckin Meyer. He tells him to meet him there in Thailand, and they meet, and they have a kind of a boys' trip. It hits those right moments as far as that journey of adventure. The two people coming together again. Instead of a couple, it's like a friendship.
So you two just best friend?
Yeah, we are. We're best friends. What?
Sounds like something you carve in a tree.
Many tree in Thailand.
What? I've always thought of you as my best friend.
Oh, are we 13? Okay, we'll get matching necklaces, but I call B-Fry.
I'm serious. You're my best friend.
I have best friend. His name is Kai.
Brenda Song is also in this, and it's actually nice to see her perform in a role that's not the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, because that's where I know her from. She actually shows her range as an actress in this, which was nice to see. Macaulay Culkin's in this. He's married to Brenda Song, which is a little bit interesting because...
Wait, in real life?
Yeah. But Brenda Song is the love interest of Seth Green. Again, this movie
is still just a kid stuck in New York.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Get ready to have your mind blown by coral.
The music is composed by Patrick Stump of Fall Out Boy. So, it's got a lot of random people involved in this process. It's an interesting film itself. You should watch it and see what you take away from it. But it's got some really great scenic shots of Thailand. It's got like that nice cinema travel porn if you're into that. You know, you want to see like some
love travel porn,
wanderlust shots of the ocean or like
That's
some,
like one of his
some nature.
things.
Yeah.
So my next one was going to be Waves, which is an A24 movie. Hi, Phil. I heard a few things about it. But then I looked at A24's filmography, and they released more than 20 movies last year.
And you loved them all, didn't you?
And I've only seen 3 of them. Five or so are like got some press. But I wanted to take a look. I want to look into the other ones, and I found one that interested me, so I watched it. It's called In Fabric. God. This movie is really, really weird. I still haven't wrapped my head around it, but it's I'll just say it's about a killer dress. It's a killer dress. You buy it from like a store that's run by witches.
Wow. That's a religion.
And it's kind of a comedy.
Okay.
But it feels like this movie was made in like the 70s and then locked away in a vault and just now let out. It feels like a 70s movie. The score, even the cinematography, the set design, all of it is so hypnotic and unusual for a movie in today's age. And I don't know. I can't even, I don't know how to sell this movie. This is not Phil's kind of thing. But if you like David Lynch, if you like weird-ass movies like Rubber, where it's played very straight-laced, but it's just so absurd, that's this movie.
Great.
And may I interest you in other desired supposes in our exclusive boutique?
I'm fine for now, thank you. Thank you.
Here's another weird thing about it. There's somebody who works on washing machines that can apparently get women to orgasm just by talking about the inner workings of the washing machine. So I don't.
This isn't appropriate.
Like, it's just real strange, you know? The whole thing.
Okay.
Spin tube bearings are knackered. I tried to check the clutch surface for any damage and found that the rivets were rubbing up against the clutch pulley. There's also the possibility that the drain hose is kinked, but I can put that into writing for you after a more thorough inspection. The clutch plate is no longer a plate, and the switch striker is neither switching nor striking. If I can get to the wigwag solid...
It really is a style.
Oh,
and if
boy.
you don't like the style, then you're not gonna like it. But if you like that kind of thing, it's one of a kind. So that's why I'm including it.
Okay.
You don't have to watch it, all right? It's fine.
I'm not going to watch it. No. Last up, because we had to pick 4 each, and I just want to do 3 each, is Shazam!
What? No, everyone knows what Shazam is.
No. You made me fill a roster
I can
4.
see that you have a list of different ones here.
I'm talking about Shazam because Shazam is a great movie. Anytime that I get to talk about Shazam, I'm going to talk about Shazam because Shazam is legit.
All right, fine, go.
Shazam stars Zachary Levi. It's all his pecs and chest and everything else like that. There's no padding. It is padding. We know this film. I'm not really going to talk about it that much, but it's a really good story. It's got a lot of heart. It refreshes the superhero genre for me, which is why I do generally want to talk about it. Because we're now in a situation where movies for superheroes are getting released every month, sometimes 2 a month, and it just completely flooded the market. Shazam for me was something new, something fresh, a smaller scaled film that still felt really big and heavy and important. And I appreciate that because coming off Wonder Woman, I was like, all right, DC did something right. Can they keep going? And they did it. Home run.
Enough games, boy. You think a pack of children can...
Wait, what?
You will beg for mercy as I feast on your heart. Slow.
Are you making some of my big evil guy speech right now or something? You're like a mile away from me right now.
We'll have the world eating out of the palm of my hand.
All I see is mouth moving. I don't hear anything.
I love Shazam. I think it's a great movie.
Haha.
I think it's refreshing for DC's slate. I don't think it's refreshing for the overall superhero genre.
Shut up. My
But
side.
you know what?
You talk about
Maybe
dresses.
You watch it and you
I talk
decide
about
for
this.
yourself. Leave a comment and let us know.
Okay.
Who you side with about Shazam. Also, I'd like to remind you that I met Zachary Levi at my showing and you didn't. So we usually do rattle off points at the end of our videos, but instead, with this one, we're going to do just a rapid fire back and forth of movies that we liked.
It's like the same thing, but different.
Yeah, and we're just going to see who runs out sooner. Waves.
The Report.
Booksmart.
Togo.
Long Shot.
Standing Up Falling. I was gonna say Long Shot. You piss off. I reminded you about that off camera. Standing Up Falling Down.
Honey Boy.
The Farewell.
Portrait of a Lady. Oh, I had that one. Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Triple Frontier.
The Lighthouse.
The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Richard Jewell.
Crawl.
Peanut Butter. Shit. Hustlers. Oh, Crawl. Good one. Hustlers.
Driven.
Ready or Not.
Gemini Man.
Honeyland. What?
You already said Honeyland.
No,
you
I said Honey Boy.
That doesn't count.
I said Honey Boy. Honeyland.
No.
You said Gemini Man. That movie sucks, so I win.
There you have it. That's all we have to give. We're exhausted.
I won that.
No, you didn't. You didn't win anything. As you always see, we always have conflicting viewpoints. So come on back, because you never know what you're going to get.
In about 2 weeks, Disney has decided to release Mulan on Disney+. That's kind of unprecedented, but Phil's going to be out of town, so we're going to try something new. We're going to maybe do a Zoom call
Maybe
video.
not, though. Don't hold us to it.
Agree, disagree. We might do it live. I don't know. We're contemplating a few options. So
we might just not do it.
We're definitely going to talk about Mulan eventually. We're playing a little looser with our time
very
schedule,
loose.
But we will
like
always
Harry Met Sally
be
loose.
making videos for you.
Yes.
So please stay tuned and like and subscribe because
or
the algorithm likes that.
Because you have free will.
Or don't.